Tonight I decided that I want to make a video about juicing and a green juice recipe that I'm honestly going to pull out of thin air. I don't have a recipe, I'm not going by a recipe, and I'm not even sure of the ingredients in my fridge of how much I have of everything, but I have a juicer and I'm going to make green juice as much as I can for probably lasting 2 days. Starting off, this is the juicer I have. It's a Breville juicer. It's sponsored, or endorsed I should say, by Joe Cross, who, if you have Netflix, you can watch the movie Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and it talks about juicing. It's a really good juicer. I bought it on Amazon, and it happened to be on sale. And as you can see, it can make quite a lot of juice, but I've never filled up the whole pitcher because it takes a lot to make that. Luckily, it appears like my dad went to the store and got a bunch of ingredients because we're gonna need at least 2 or even 3 of these pineapple containers. It's nice to get the ones from Stop & Shop or ShopRite. It doesn't matter, that are already cut, because then you don't have to deal with cutting a whole pineapple. And we also have apples, but that depends if I'm in the mood for cutting them or not. Lemons are important, so I'm going to take those out. And we need the green things, parsley. We use a lot of that, and it doesn't have a taste really to it, but it's really good for detoxing. And my Lyme doctor actually mentioned to use parsley in making these, so I did, and it's really good. What else? Oh, we have an English cucumber, which still looks good, so I can use that. And spinach is also a main thing. Please hope we have some. And we have some romaine lettuce, so I think I'm going to use both. I don't really know if you can juice broccoli. Not really sure how that would turn out. So that's what I'm going to go with right now. It's really great because with the ingredients I have right here, there is minimal cutting and dicing or anything involved. If I decide to put some apples in to sweeten it up a little, I would just cut some apples, but that's really not a big deal, and I'm just going to cut like half of this cucumber because they're really long. Other than that, it's just spinach, and the lemons go in whole. And the parsley and the pineapple is all set, so that makes it very easy and not like you need to cut everything. I do need a cutting board just to cut off the ends of the lemons and the ends off the romaine lettuce and the cucumber, but that's basically all I'm going to be using. And we're going to see how this goes, and if I feel like I need to add more cucumber, I will, or more apples, and that's usually when I'm done and I taste test it and see how it turned out. I need something to put all this stuff in, so I'm going to grab a bowl that has a strainer, like one of these big things, because I'm going to have to be washing all of this produce. And I'm going to put a towel, oh look, there's one right here, with a tea thing on top. And that's where I'm going to put all my stuff into. And now I need to start to wash all this stuff. Alright. Just washing these lemons. So I'm just cutting the little ends like this because I don't want that going through my juicer off of the lemons. And the great thing about juicing is you can do it to your preferred taste, and I really like the taste of lemons. I should have gotten a little trash bag. I need to do that for my scraps. So you can adjust it to your taste, and there's plenty of recipes on the internet. And then once you get pretty good at it, you can fool around and pretty much know what's going to work for you. I'm going to use this whole, it's not even whole, I mean, it was bigger than this when I got it, But English cucumber, again, I'm just cutting off this end because this bag of spinach really isn't a lot. I usually use like double to triple this amount. So I'm gonna need to supplement that with the romaine lettuce and some other green things. And I'm putting all this stuff in this bowl to be prepared to be juiced. I love the pineapple taste in my juice, the very citrusy flavors with the lemon and the pineapple. So I have a lot of pineapple in there. That was 2 of these containers, and now I'm using that as my trash. And now I'm gonna wash these more vegetables and put them in there. So I have a big piece of romaine lettuce that I'm just cutting off this end. And that was just like 1 piece basically. And I have to wash it, and then I'm gonna put it in that container. I just added the whole bag of spinach, which isn't even a big bag. We usually use a lot bigger containers. And you can see this thing is filled, pretty much overfilled, but I still have to put parsley in. And then we're gonna be ready to juice and start getting that going. One helpful hint for people that are juicing is, first of all, to get this off, I need to go like that. All of the parts that aren't used are gonna go into this trash can. And it's pretty easy to just toss that in the trash and then rinse it out. But I found out an even better way is if you use like an old bag from Peapod by Stop and Shop, then you already have it in a bag and you don't have to make so much of a mess. So I'm gonna put the bag in. My dog is asking for food, but it is not time for him to eat. It's time for him to go to bed. That's a little knack that I learned online watching some juicing thing or something that will help make cleanup a lot easier. I would just remind you that if you choose to do this plastic bag method, to check to make sure there are no holes. There's a little hole on the side, but that's not where the trash is going to be going, in the bottom of your bag, because that would kind of ruin the purpose of this. But I actually get bags from IVIG that would work well for this, so I'm saving those. And now I'm going to start putting stuff in here. It's very simple to use. There are 2 settings, low and high. And it comes with a booklet, and it shows different vegetables or produce that do better on high speed or low speed. I've only used high speed, and I've had no problems with that. So, and look, it's showing me videotape in the reflection. There we go. But that is that, and the container shows how much you're making if you're interested in how many milliliters you are making. And then everything is gonna go up through here. Right, Richter? Yes. So when I put everything in this bowl, I put them in one thing at a time. So like the pineapple's all the way at the bottom, or whatever I did first, and then all the spinach and parsley is on the top. And I don't want to juice it completely like that because I don't want it to become all layered. So when I put it in, I'm gonna try to get a mix of a little bit of pineapple, a little bit like a lemon, and try to separate out so I don't juice all the spinach at one point. Try to get a mix in of everything, and we will see how much this makes. I'm gonna start off by doing some parsley and spinach, and you pretty much shove as much as you can in here. And then I'm gonna try to, this is where it gets a little messy because you never have a bowl that's big enough, or at least I haven't yet. Try to get some pineapple in because you wanna get a good mixture. Oh, I can't fit the cucumber. We'll do pineapple, and I'll put more spinach. And we will juice that. And we'll do romaine and lemon and that stuff the next time, because you can't fit obviously all this in this one colander. I could fit a lemon if I could find it. But, oh, here's one. We'll throw the lemon at the top and a little more spinach, and that'll be our first shot right here. Now you just line up that piece, and I have to turn it on to high. Make sure that your thing is connected so you don't make a mess. And push it down. Ooh, it smells really, really lemony. So that is about all that is going to make for what is in there. If I put it on for one more second, I might get a little more of what's in here. Make sure to let the blade slow down before you put stuff back in here, because once I put some apple slices in and they like bounced right back out because the inside blades down there were still spinning, and you don't want your stuff being thrown back in your face. So now I've got romaine lettuce, more pineapple. I'm gonna try the whole cucumber this time. See, so you can see how it's pretty big and I can fit stuff around the side. One more thing is you don't want to put ice in here. I've tried doing that thinking that it would just make the juice cold, because not really everything is cold even though it is in the fridge. And it just all goes into the garbage area, so it's better to put the ice in your drink when you're done afterwards and refrigerate it, and that makes it the best. But putting in ice is pretty much useless, and the same thing goes for frozen fruit, so you just gotta get fresh fruit and use it. One of the big goals of juicing in general is to be getting a lot of nutrients, and that's why it's a lot easier. I mean, I don't eat parsley with my regular meals, but I'm drinking it through a juice that is made and is 1,000 times better than drinking Tropicana orange juice or something. So you want to make sure you get a lot of vegetables, and the more vegetables you can, the better. And then the fruit balances it out, so it's sweet. And then over time, I've realized, my mom's realized, and everyone in my family who's tried the juicing with us, which is a few, have noticed that you can use less fruit over time because your body adjusts, and you're getting less sugar, which is good, and then you're getting more nutrients from vegetables. And eventually I need to learn some new recipes and try some other vegetables, because there's plenty more that you could juice than what I'm showing here. But this is the recipe I'm doing for today, and I'll probably do another one that has completely different ingredients in it. But it's really good to try to get a lot of vegetables and try to do more vegetables than fruit. This is the last bit. I just put it in, and then I'm going to do a taste test and decide if it's too sweet. Not like too sweet, but my taste buds have adjusted, so I don't need it to be too sweet. And maybe I'll add more romaine, or maybe it needs more lemon, or maybe it's perfect. So, but that's the end of everything that I have in here. I think that was like 4 times I had to juice to get all that in here. This piece isn't doing it right now, but sometimes when you have a lot going through it, it will drip a little at the end. So if you want to throw a cup there, or this towel that's messy anyway. And I have some stuff on the floor, so I usually have to end up cleaning the floor. But now it's just about time for a taste test. Before I do a taste test, I'm actually gonna kneel. I am gonna shake it around a little. And I put ice, 1 ice cube in a little shot glass, because you wouldn't, I mean, it's surprising how different the juice tastes when it's cold, how much better it is. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish the flavor when it's like lukewarm or room temperature. So I always test it with ice. We'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna turn it to where it says open spout. Put this right here. Make sure this is all closed so I don't make a mess. Just a little bit. Looks like a ton because the cup looks huge, but it's not. Let's see what I think. I'm gonna let it get a little cold. I think it needs one more lemon, to be honest. It's good, but I really like lemon, so I'm gonna throw one more lemon in there. A lot of juice comes out of a lemon, and you don't even have to peel it. I saw the first recipe I did said to peel the lemon, and then the second time I did it, I said, what the heck, let me try putting the whole lemon in, and it actually makes it taste a lot sweeter and more lemony. And since you can use lemon zest in cooking, it's not like I put a banana peel in the thing. So that's an easy thing to do. Don't peel a lemon, it's not worth your time and effort. I just added more lemon, and I actually added 2 lemons because they were on the smaller side, and I like lemon, so I don't really think I'm going overboard with the lemon. And I'm now mixing it through again because it just went right to the top because it was the last ingredient I just threw in. And now I'm gonna taste test again. I cleaned out this glass so I can make sure it's I'm not gonna taste the old way. See what difference this makes. Wow. I'm gonna have to drink the rest of this. Yeah, that was perfect. I used 3 lemons. And it's filled up to the... Alright, this side's fluid ounces and this side's milliliters. So it's 30 fluid ounces of green juice. And it's actually great that I used more lemons, because lemons and leafy green vegetables and any vegetables in general are really good at detoxing. And because I have chronic Lyme disease and 3 other chronic tick-borne co-infections, detoxing is major to help your body feel better and to fight those diseases. So just because you might not have Lyme disease or babesia or any illness at all, detoxing is a great thing to do. It doesn't mean you have to only drink green juice and go on a juice fast or something extreme like that, but just incorporating the green juice or orange looking juice, because one I made turned out in a brown color because I used carrots. Any kind of detoxing juice like this into your diet is really good, and it's jam-packed full of nutrients, and it's really healthy for your body. And I strive to drink 1 cup of whatever juice I'm making a day. I'll have a cup in the morning when I have IVIG. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge, let it sit overnight, and it's gonna be way better in the morning because it's so much better when it's chilled. I'm not going to go through every single step and how you clean this out. And what's interesting is when we bought this machine, my mom wanted to make sure it was dishwasher safe because we were like, we don't want to have to clean the whole thing. And it turns out that it's way easier to just clean it by hand, in our opinion, because then you can make another batch of juice later and you don't have to worry about how long it's going to be in the dishwasher for. And it's very easy to clean. What I will show you is this piece comes out and that just gets rinsed. And this comes off. It's going to have some stuff in it that you just kind of wipe off with a paper towel and put in the garbage. But I'm sitting it upside down so I don't get stuff everywhere. And here is my little trash can that captured all of that stuff. So now I don't have to clean this bucket at all. And then this you just rinse in the sink. Hot water. We actually have, these are paper towels with Dawn in them. So you can disinfect them with something like that. And rinse it under the sink. Let it dry overnight or during the day, or hand dry it, and then reassemble it. It's also very easy to assemble. I'm going to drink a cup of that green juice in the morning, probably with some yogurt. It really helps you feel energized, and it's fun to come up with new recipes and to find new recipes. And if you have any questions on the juicer that I got, or juicing in general, or detoxing or anything, you can feel free to leave those in the comments and I will look at them all and respond to you guys. I would absolutely recommend this juicer to anyone who has a chronic illness, who wants to just try to help themselves in one more way by nutrition, or someone who maybe doesn't like vegetables and you can hide the vegetables in the drink. The machine we got is fantastic. It is on Amazon. Juicing is fantastic for detoxing. It's been probably one of the best purchases my mom and I, or us as a family, have gotten. And we've been using it pretty much every day except like one day since we've gotten it. And it's been amazing and we all love it. So I would really recommend a juicer in general, or the Breville juicer, which is the one I have. There are different models of it, of course. I would highly recommend anyone to try out juicing to help improve their overall health.